Top 10 games of 2025. Oh. Number 10, we have Sword of the Sea, which is like Journey, but like surfing on sand. The vibe here is like amazing. The world that like you explore is kind of whole design the game. It's like a 3-hour game, but you're saving the environment, which is like really forward thinking or something. Number 9 is Doom: The Dark Ages, which I feel like people have slept on this game. Combat in here is amazing. I'm just a big shield guy. Where is it? Yeah. I think the combat of being a little bit more defensive where you're like tackling people with the shield, throwing it just feels flawless. There is also a story in this game, but I don't remember it. And the music is pretty hype, even though it's not the dude who made the other games. And number 8 is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which like I might not be the best at, but it's a super fun, really deep, engaging RPG, which if I put more hours in, probably would even be higher. The RPG mechanics is just the real reason you're there, whether it be from the decision making that you do, the builds that you do and everything, and just like dialogue and everything. Just a really well written game that's like super massive and expansive. At number 7, we have Hollow Knight Silksong. But coming into this blind, it was a really fun experience because like it just captures you immediately with the atmosphere, the art, the music. It's so like surreal and beautiful and magical and mystical, but like scary and difficult. And like the difficulty definitely got me as someone who's probably not really good at Metrovanias, but like it kept me wanting to come back. And as someone who like kind of gets frustrated at just losing a lot and feeling like I'm not making progress, this game made me want to come back and back. And number 6, I have Hades 2, which Hades 1 was like my favorite game of 2020 when it came out, and Hades 2 feels like an expansion of what we loved with Hades 1. The combat has improved in a lot of ways. The enemy design I feel is more intriguing. I like the worlds and some of the end bosses a little bit more. While the story does feel like a little bit of a step down, I still really enjoy the characters that we have, and it's just like more of what I enjoyed a lot. And number 5 is Ghosts of Yotei, which people like really hate for some reason that other people like glaze. It's just really enjoyable. As someone who like, I like Ghost of Tsushima, but I always feel like it was a little overrated. I don't know, something clicked more at me for Ghost of Yotei, where I just love this game design where it has a little bit of the Ubisoft, but a little bit of the Breath of the Wild, where it's like, hey, we're not completely not telling you where to go, but we're gonna have like a lot of visual cues. So this is just like my favorite kind of world where like I was just running a lot of the time looking for like smoke in the sky or random NPCs like stopping me. And I think that's the real joy of this game. It's like an enjoyable open world game. It actually uses the open world to its benefit. They give you a lot of options for how you want to tackle the main missions as well. And while the story is kind of like a revenge story, I think it keeps you engaged enough for all the characters. The villains are like kind of like the really charismatic ones. Number 4 is Blueprints, which like 100% would never think I would enjoy. Just not that intelligent. Oh, but it gripped me so much with its weird roguelite element. And I'll fully admit, like I had to use a guide for some of this, but once I got the initial idea of what I needed to do and I started being able to do it myself, like it's such an addicting loop. And some of the puzzles are just way too obscure and obtuse, and I don't know, I feel like it's a bit much, but for like the main pathway for like some of the like early missions of what you really need to do, it's an enjoyable gameplay loop. The story is really engaging, the atmosphere, and it's just like, I don't know, it's probably horrible to watch someone play this, but to actually play it yourself is really engaging. And number 3, Split Fiction. Just playing this with my now girlfriend Flex is a really fun experience. I don't know, you just don't get many co-op games that just have such a magical, like engrossing feeling about them. The combat is simple, you can like hop into it, you don't feel like the need of like deeply learning these mechanics, but it's challenging enough where you have to, you know, be on your toes and play. And it's like the story that they tell you, the characters you're running through, you're actually like engaged. It's not It Takes Two level of storytelling, but I think the gameplay is varied enough where you're hopping into the sci-fi fantasy, which ironically, as more of a sci-fi guy and her being more of a fantasy girl, worked really well. And it was just enjoyable like hopping between the different worlds and like having that like co-op, deep, engaging, meaningful, romantic experience. And number 2 is Dispatch. This game even made me feel less lonely. So, and waifus. For another superhero world to come out and for me to actually like care as much as I do is just phenomenal, because I feel like even someone like me who doesn't really get tired of superhero media that much, it is a big task to introduce all these new characters, not just one or two, like all these new characters, this new universe, and expect us to really care. But over the course of like only 8 hours, like I'm engrossed and like I'm loving everything. I love these characters, and like I was so sad to finish it because I wanted to come back. And this is one of those games that like makes me want to come back, play the different paths. While they might not be super, super divergent overall, there's enough to keep you wanting to replay it and maybe go for a platinum or whatever. And at number 1 surprise is Expedition 33, which is like one of my top 10 games of all time now. You can take every aspect of this game and just see how much of a masterpiece it is, whether that's with the design and the visuals of the game, where it's just the insanely good music. It's the combat, like the game, if it was just built around this combat where like it's turn-based, but you're so engaged because of really the parry mechanic, which on paper sounds enjoyable enough, but it's just well executed. It's so well executed that you just love it. And the enemy design, just the world that you're going through, where it's not like holding your hand, where it's like you have to hit each of these points. You can kind of just get lost in it. And then obviously the story, which I know some people kind of feel weird on some of the twists in the story, but I think the story is like actually top 5 game story of all time. Enjoyed it and loved it. Then I got to talk to all my friends and debate about the ending, debate about the combat, explore more, want to go more. It's just, I don't know. It's genuinely a top 10 experience. I would debate anyone on any aspects of this one deeply, and I'm only touching the very, very like high surface of this. But yeah, what an amazing experience, and what a pleasure and a honor to play that in this year. So a few honorable mentions. Donkey Kong Bonanza. I played it in Target, which is cool. You can play little Target games on the Switch. Ninja Gaiden 4, some of my favorite combat of the year, and I haven't gotten too far into it. It's some weeb trash kind of energy, but the combat's amazing. Marvel Cosmic Invasion, as I love beat 'em ups, and while this is not the biggest, like deepest game ever, it's such a fun game. Probably be my 11th favorite game of the year. And Death Stranding 2, which like I don't get it. I played more. I don't, but respect to all the people who enjoy it. And yeah, that's my top 10 games of 2025. So thank you so much for watching, and enjoy games.